Oh, yeah. I think we're live.
Woo. All right.
God, this shit puts me on the spot so much every time.
The little gap
Every fucking
between
time
going live and
every time I press the go live button,
here.
like my heart just instantly starts beating faster and like shit. It's like, oh God, it's fucking happening. I don't know if you ever feel that way.
Are
Like
you
I'm
better
fine, and then the
now?
moment I press the button, it's fucking. Ever feel that way?
Are
Like
you
I'm
better
fine, and then the
now?
moment I press,
Whoa.
whoa, delay.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Sorry, I know driving in LA is like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. It's a weird thing for sure. Yeah.
Are you used to it yet?
No. I'm late for everything. Yeah. I'm not late anywhere else, but in LA, I'm always late.
Yeah,
and
I think
yeah, it's
that's
nice.
kind of that's how it works, though, right? Like
Yeah.
I think people in LA are known for being late.
Okay, are they? Okay.
That's what I
Cool.
thought.
Okay.
People in LA are always fashionably late. Blah
Right.
blah. I'm like, yeah, but there's traffic. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like a choice to be late.
Well, when I go to Vancouver now, I am crazy early for everything. And I'm always just like really pessimistic that we can like fit in all the shit everyone wants to do. People are like, we're going to go here and pick up this person, and then we're going to be here, and then we're going to get food here. I'm like, that's crazy. And then it ends up being totally fine with like
Yeah.
time to spare. So yeah, I guess I am used to it. Also, last time I was in BC, I got two tickets for pulling U-turns, which were
Really?
really expensive. So I'm definitely like fully accustomed to like LA driving.
Interesting. Damn.
Yeah, that was a bummer. It's like, yeah, an expensive ticket up there, and you can't
Holy
do
shit.
it at all. You can't U-turn.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. Explain. So, were you born and raised Vancouver?
Vancouver Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
roughly
the difference between Vancouver City and Vancouver Island? Because from someone I've been to Vancouver
Okay.
a few times, but I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
anything about the area at all.
So the island is like a really big island, and it's beside Vancouver, and it has the city of Victoria on
Okay.
it, as well as Nanaimo, which are sometimes places that bands might play, but not that often. So growing up, I grew up pretty close to Victoria, but I would like catch the ferry over to Vancouver to like go to concerts and stuff, maybe, but like it's not like that close, you
Okay.
know, like you can definitely never go to Vancouver.
Okay,
if
so
you
they're
don't
like
want to.
separate things.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
they're really separate cities. Like Victoria has probably like I want to say maybe like 500,000 people or something. Like it's
Okay.
a pretty like
Modest.
self-sufficient
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's like a little scene I think too. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
How do you compare just being yourself here to being yourself up there? You know what I mean? Like, do you catch yourself doing different things or thinking different things or even like writing different kind of music, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, has your personality changed at all since moving here?
It's so funny. Like I think about that a lot. I was actually just back home for the holidays, and ever since I like moved to LA and like right leading up to when I was going to be moving to LA, and like still people in my family mostly ask me, or like they say this thing to me all the time that I feel like is really weird. And they say like they're like, don't let it change you down there. Like
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
do people tell like Americans who move to LA from other cities that?
Yes.
Or is okay.
For sure. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very like LA. I don't know why, but specifically, well, it can fuck with people's heads.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know that in Canada there's so many layers of it, because there's also that mindset just about America in general. So, but LA really represents like, you know, yeah, a thing of
Culture.
its own, right?
Celebrity
to
culture.
be afraid of, for sure.
Yeah.
But I've like definitely like written songs about just kind of figuring that all out. But actually, for me, like moving to LA was like really helpful in getting a sense of myself, because when I was in Vancouver, right before I moved here, I was like really like deeply involved with the Courtneys, and Vancouver's a small city, a small scene, and the Courtneys was like a popular band. And I felt like I had like lost my identity a little bit in it. You know what I mean? Like you're just like this person in this band. So moving to LA was really cool because I was like, okay, now I need to like reconnect with like who I am as an individual a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm in this like really wild place. But
Yeah.
I really like vibe with LA. I really liked it from the beginning. So I think it's like been positive.
That's
But,
good.
yeah.
I think I don't know. I need that shit sometimes where
Uh-huh.
you just get plopped into somewhere you've never been or
Sure.
some crazy ass place.
Yeah.
You're like, well, okay, I gotta make this shit work. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, well, that'll strip you down for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. I didn't even really want to play music at first when I got here either. I just wanted to like just, observe
Yeah.
basically and just like let
fly
myself
on the wall
it
type
felt
thing.
more vulnerable to just like, I mean, people here still know me as being in the Courtneys, but it did feel more vulnerable to just like go out and hang out with people but not be playing the show
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But I did write a Gum Country song about LA. It's called Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Good
definitely
or bad?
it's
Positive
the best,
or negative?
It's the best Gum Country song so far.
Nice.
I think it's like positive, but it's just sort of like it is what it is also.
Yeah.
Like it's just like this just
Can't change it.
Yeah, this is just
Yeah.
what it is. So
I love it. Somewhere.
yeah, I didn't want to call it LA. So
Yeah.
I called it that.
I wonder how many fucking songs are called Los Angeles. Right?
I know. Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. I fucking love Canada.
Cool.
I don't think I could live there purely because of the sunshine thing.
Oh,
of it
yeah.
being gray all the time. That would just fuck with me.
Yeah.
Did it fuck with you? Like, do you like the warmth all year here, or are you missing the seasons and stuff?
I'm definitely not missing the seasons. I mean, because I grew up there, I don't really struggle too much with the lack of sunshine. Like I kind of
Got it. Yeah.
I'm okay with it, but like a lot of people who move to the west coast of Canada from other places in Canada that are sunnier really struggle with it. Like it's a thing there.
Yeah.
And right now, like
I remember. I only bring it up because I remember. I don't know if I went to one of your shows in Vancouver or if
cool.
you went to one of mine. I forget.
Oh,
Because I've seen you in
okay.
Vancouver a few times, but this one
Totally.
specific time we were like in an alleyway, and it was raining, and it was like just cold and dark.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember if it was you or, I think it was you telling me that you had you're gonna go home and use your like sunlight.
Oh,
Vitamin
okay.
D light or something.
Sure, yeah.
And I've never heard of that before. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you were trying to explain to me there's this light that you can put next to you and it radiates.
I know, it like
shit.
doesn't do anything. It's such a funny thing. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be like a vitamin D lamp or whatever. It gives you this blue light. Yeah, I had one of those. I'm sure that was
Got it. Yeah,
what I
I
was
just
talking
that
about.
shit blew my mind. I was like, there's a light that is like a sun that you put next to you. And anyways.
Yeah.
And then I always think like, wow, man, people must really need sunshine up there.
people try all kinds of stuff. I really think though that like getting outside, like not being afraid of nature and just like going out and going for a hike anyways, like put on some snowshoes and just like go up the mountain. Like it's nothing really to be afraid of.
Yeah.
It's okay. So
it's
that
good for you.
like, yeah, once I kind of figured out that, it was important to like go snowboarding.
Yeah.
It made the winter a lot better. If you
There
can
you
get
go.
into winter sports.
Yeah. It makes it more bearable.
Yeah, totally.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's a dark and cold place for sure.
Yeah.
Like when I moved here, another really weird thing that happened that I couldn't have really anticipated was like I got to LA and I was unpacking my clothes and I realized that everything was like dirty and stained. Like it was like all my clothes were just like covered in crap I'd never even seen before because you couldn't even see it. Like I think of it as like when your brightness is really down on your phone.
Yeah.
And then you turn it up, you're like, oh, that's better. Like,
Yeah.
what was I doing? It was literally
Weird.
that. And same with my car. Like, my car I was like, oh my God, my car is a piece of crap. Like, it's like covered in scratches I never saw before.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's not just me. I remember telling one of my good friends who also had just moved to California from Vancouver. She was like, the same thing happened. So
Wow.
Yeah, it's dark.
That's trippy.
It's really dark.
Yeah, that's the feeling I got when I was up there. That's why I always ask people from Canada or anywhere really north, Washington, Oregon, anywhere up there
Yeah.
is it's different. Beautiful though. Holy shit. It's freaking beautiful.
Yeah, it's really peaceful and
Yeah.
beautiful for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. I've never known how the Courtneys even began in the first place.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
how did it even become a band?
I mean, it was very organic thing. Like, at the time I was in school, I think in Vancouver, and I was playing in bands with friends. Yeah, there was definitely like a cool little scene going on. My partner was in this band called Peace, and they were playing shows with Mac DeMarco, who was going as Makeout Videotape in Vancouver, and I would go to those shows. And Mac used to play just by himself,
Oh, okay.
and he was playing a show with Peace, so I went, and he had this girl playing drums, and I was like, "Who's this girl? She looks really cool." And that was Jen. So that was how I met Jen. She was Mac's drummer, and yeah, we just became friends after that. And then we started a band that was just kind of like a weird band that only lasted a few months. It was sort of like a strange, like goth synth band. Yeah, it was a bit of a dud. I think we like
Gotta release the tapes.
Yeah, we like booked a show. We definitely had some songs because we booked a show and didn't go to it.
Dang.
And that was that. But then anyways, Jen was like, listen, my friend Sydney is moving to Vancouver and I want to start a band that's like the two of you guys. So Jen kind of like, masterminded it.
The matchmaker,
and then,
I don't know what you call that, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, she had like a vision. And she had played in this really, really cool band already with Sydney that I knew of called Puberty. And they were like extremely cool. They were one of those like bands that lasted a summer but just like took over.
Wow.
Like they were just unbelievably cool. And I was a huge fan. So I was like,
That's
sweet,
awesome.
I get to be in like my favorite band basically.
That's rad.
So yeah, that's how it started. And it was really just like we were just all doing other things. Everyone was in school or whatever, but then just people just kept asking us to play shows. So
it was a snowball, and then it's just snowballed into. That's awesome.
Well, it's funny that we're like still doing it. I mean, it's always been really, really casual, and it still is. But as long as people still like ask us to play shows, we probably will.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I had a realization like at a festival like a year or two ago where I think it was in New Zealand and we were watching like an old like Flying Nun band. Like I think it was like, I can't even remember who, maybe like Sneaky Feelings or something. And I just had this realization where I was like, I think that I'm going to be playing the Courtneys forever. Like they were just like this old band just like still doing it. I was like,
that's awesome.
Yeah. And then I told my bandmates, they're like, yeah, I think you're right. Like,
that's badass.
So we'll see.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, we keep it chill. So
I think the first time, I don't know the first time I saw you guys, but I was like fucking hooked. And I remember that tape, that very first tape. That's all I listened to for probably like 6 months straight.
Did you have the one with Keanu Reeves' face on it?
Oh, the OG
You're
one.
OG then.
Super OG one.
Like,
and then I got the one Burger put out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the same songs, but
it was like
better recordings.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I played that one to shit too.
Cool.
Yeah. And I saw you guys. I'm trying to remember the first time I saw you. And I know I saw you play at Burger Records, and that was really cool.
Yeah, well, we played a show together.
Yeah.
It was at Pearspace.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
But the first time, I'm trying to think of the first time.
But that was on the same tour, though.
Okay.
Yeah, it must have been like
maybe
a day before.
Okay, maybe. Yeah. My memory's fucked, but
cool.
Anyways, I was hooked. I was like fucking so stoked on you guys. Holy shit. Sweet. I was actually just listening to that tape the other day in here.
Really?
Yeah, we just got a tape player finally.
Oh, that's so cool that you have it.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the midst of that stuff over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking awesome. I know we were talking on earlier about how tapes seem like they're falling out of popularity, I guess.
I know
don't
that's news to me. I mean, I just learned this from you, so it's
I don't
a little
know.
bit
I
upsetting.
don't know if it's it's just from what I realized it's just not as many people listening to tapes, and it
Yeah.
sucks.
But yeah, well, you
Sucks.
can tell because you're selling them and people aren't buying them. So
Yeah, but that and even just I don't know. It sucks. It's my favorite format.
yeah.
Definitely.
Do
I
you think
think
that people are like just not listening to music anymore?
I don't
They
know.
just listen to podcasts.
I think what it is I think people listen to playlists,
Yeah.
which it makes sense because you just get notified of new music all the time.
Yeah.
And so if you're, popping on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, and there's a suggested playlist
Yeah.
of bands that you probably would like, it's easy to just press play and, oh, I like that, or,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like that, or that's cool.
This is so true. I was just talking with the Courtney's booking agent like a week or two ago, and we were asking like how are you supposed to be a band anymore, because like streaming, you don't make any money. Like, how does this even work anymore? Like, what are we trying to like aspire to? Anyways, we were just asking like streaming that, and he was like, there are bands who are doing insanely well in this environment now, and it's because of playlists. And it's this kind of
Yep.
band that's like, he was like, it's not like your kind of music, it's like extremely generic music that's like so middle of the road
Yeah.
that it just ends up on every playlist. But the flip side is like these bands, like no one's heard of them and they don't actually have any real fans, so they can't really like play shows or tour and have like fans come like,
True.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Something happened like the last few years where there's a big like corkscrew, and there's some weird thing going on with the playlist thing that I can't quite understand.
Yeah.
But
I don't understand it either.
I have a philosophy of what I think can like. I have okay. I'm gonna sound. I don't want to sound too like conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I really, if you think of what keeps Spotify in business, is new music. If there wasn't new music, they'd be a business, but they would lose, a significant amount of their income because they rely on having new music to put on playlists or whatever on their homepage or whatever, right?
Okay.
So if you provide new music constantly, then I have a weird, I did this test to myself. Like,
yeah.
I don't play shows or tour, I don't do anything with my music, really. I could give a shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to put out a song every month for 6 months on the same last Friday of every month for 6 months and just see what happens.
Yeah.
And just from doing that alone, everything jumped for me.
It's like investing.
I don't know. For me, everything's jumped. And then we did the same thing with Iggy's band, Mystic Braves.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's put a song out once a month for, I think it was 6 months. And they're fucking, everything just like, you started, it's like Spotify was rewarding you. Like, oh, thanks, you're giving us something every month.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
appreciate that. It's a weird, it's like
Instead
they
of-
reward that.
Okay, instead of an album, you would just go song by song.
Yeah. And I've been doing that, and it's I've never had as many people listening to my music online as I do now, whereas
Okay.
when I was touring a lot and
Yeah.
putting out albums,
Mm-hmm.
I had nowhere close to as many people listening.
Yeah.
But I think it's a weird, I feel like you have to play the game, like you have to play that
No
game.
kidding.
Like you constantly have to put singular songs out. And the other theory I have, which is already happening with pop music, is you get, like Lizzo.
Yeah.
She comes out with a song and it's featuring Drake, featuring Usher, and there's like
Right.
10 artists featured
Yeah.
on that song. So you get all of those artists' Spotify followers.
Yeah.
They all get notified
Mm-hmm.
that they have a new song out. Why the fuck aren't people in rock music doing that? I don't know. I think it's silly.
Yeah.
I really think people should be. If we were collaborating, like everyone we know should be fucking putting out
Let's do
just
it.
one, like, fuck,
No, that
like-
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, totally.
Seriously, I mean, if you and someone else and someone else and someone else just kind of made a song and just put it out for fun
Yeah.
one time, that song would inevitably Spotify, it would pick up on Spotify. Just
Yeah.
the fact that there's 4 artists that are getting, and all their followers are getting notified. And
Yeah,
Anyways,
totally.
That's my crazy philosophy.
It also seems like the only way that you could even hope to break in at this point. Like if you don't have any followers yet, you just need to get on one of those songs.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a
It's
weird
super
time.
fucking weird. Yeah. It's super weird.
I'm glad you're like able to make some sense of it.
I don't know if I am. It's what I do all day is sit in this
Yeah.
office and fucking, how do I make Lollipop Records work? What's wrong with the music industry? And I just think all day about
But
that shit.
how do you write like a song to be released once a week that's a big accomplishment.
Once a month.
Okay, once a month. Okay.
Right now. I want to do once a week.
Okay.
But right now it's once a month. The last Friday of every month is what I've been doing
It's
for
still
a while
impressive.
now. It's not that hard if you think about it. Like
Yeah. No.
make an album. Here's what it is. Make an entire album.
Mm-hmm.
10 songs, 11 songs, whatever. Get the whole thing done. And then just put it out in the course of a year.
Yeah.
And the whole year you're putting that album out, make another record, and the following year, put that album out the same way. And you're going to have something new every single month.
Yeah.
And Spotify will fucking reward you.
The
algorithm will reward you.
It makes sense because like if you put out an album, like you can tell when you look at the stats. Like everyone will listen to the first song.
Yep.
Half of the people will listen to the second.
Yeah,
and
no one listens to the last one.
No one
Sucks.
listens to the rest of the album. So like why not just like release every single song?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
think
a weird
you're
thing.
onto something.
Sorry to go on a rant, but
No, it's
I'm thinking about that shit all day.
yeah.
It fucking bothers me. Do you guys still tour a lot or?
No, not really. The Courtneys, we're like really, really slow band. So we usually like will maybe tour a lot for like 1 year and then take like 4 years off.
Got it.
But we just finished recording. So we have a thing that's going to come out this year and then we'll probably tour it a bit.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be.
Are you into tour? I mean, is it one of those things where I know some people love it. It's their life and they just want to get back on the road.
No.
Are you one of those or are you just kind of like, eh?
I mean, I think there was definitely a period of time where like I look forward to a tour, but I also like don't really overdo it. So
It's smart.
yeah. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know. As time has gone on, I've come to sort of like develop my non-tour life more into something that's like really nice. And so now it's like, well,
Yeah.
it's kind of nice just to be at home.
Yeah. I feel you.
But I am always interested to do. I really like going like overseas. Anywhere that's like not North America is like definitely
That's
I'm
probably
game.
awesome.
Yeah, and then like doing support slots on really big tours can be fun too because I kind of like the big stage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuck
and
yeah.
like the really apathetic fans who are just like, hurry up. I'm all about that. So
That's funny. Have you guys toured in Europe?
yeah. Yeah, it was okay. I've never done. Yeah, we did like kind of a headline tour there. It was a good tour for sure. So we'll probably do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll look forward to doing that again. There's a lot of places I haven't been in Europe, and yeah, the UK would be nice to do again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my dream though is Japan.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's mine too.
Yeah, that's everyone's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost like don't want to do it because it would just make everyone so sad and jealous, you know, because it's like everyone's dream.
Nah, for me, I would just try and live like vicariously through you and be like, oh, that's whoa.
Yeah,
But,
it's hard though. Like the first Courtney's album, the one that you were talking about before, had a Japanese release. Like there was a Japanese label involved, and I still am the one who like ships out all the T-shirts that people order on the Bandcamp, and I was doing it then, and tons of people from Japan were like ordering our stuff, and I was like, we should go to Japan. Like there's tons of fans there, but just kind of never worked out. Like I think the language barrier is a thing, and so as you get these emails and you're just like, is this sketchy or not? Like can't really tell.
Google Translate.
I also think it takes a like reasonably kind of sketchy situation to like bring the Courtneys overseas because they're not like a huge band. So it takes like somebody who's just like, I'm gonna bring you over and like take out a loan and not pay it back.
I'm gonna crack my 401k and my retirement plan to get you guys over here.
Yeah. So yeah, it just hasn't worked out with Japan yet. But we'll see.
That's a hard one. It's so far away.
Yeah, it
It's so
sounds
far.
like, yeah, from what I can tell, it's also just like a really oversaturated market. So you don't really make any money. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of,
It's also tiny, right? I mean, you can only be there for
yeah,
a week, maybe, right? There's only a few cities, right, in
I
Japan,
know.
like major
Yeah.
metropolitan areas.
I mean, I think you could probably play Tokyo like 5 times.
Yeah,
So
you're right,
huge.
probably right.
But yeah, no, I think you would have to lump it in with like New Zealand or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Figure
Fucking
it out.
A. How the were you a fan of Flying Nun Records before?
Yeah.
Okay,
Such a fan. Huge fan.
because that is so cool. That are you still working with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
They're
so
doing
cool.
this one. Yeah. They're super cool. Yeah. It's just turned out like, I think we like, well, the very first record was put out by our friend in Vancouver. And we tweeted to Flying Nun or like emailed them. And they like messaged us back and were like, yeah, we'll distro it. And we were just like, what?
Yeah.
So they distroed our very first album
Cool.
that we did with Ryan, with Hockey Dad Records. And they did like such a good job. Like, actually, the first time we went to New Zealand, it was after they had distroed our first record, and we played this show in Auckland, and it was kind of like the punk version of like Searching for Sugar Man. Like,
Holy shit.
the venue, like, it was sold out, but it was so crazy. I just remember playing guitar and looking down, and like people were looking at me like in this funny way that I've never, like, just like,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck
Like
is
deer in the
going
headlights type of thing.
on? Yeah.
Wow.
It was really cool, but very weird. But yeah, after that, we were like, we have to get them to put out our record because they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So we just asked them, we were like, will you put out our record? I mean, sometimes when you're just like such a big fan, it's hard to say no,
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah. So a lot has changed at Flying Nun since then. Like, they have like new people and stuff
really?
like that. So it's gonna
I mean,
be different this time. But
They've been around for like what, 30, 40 years?
yeah, they've been around a long time.
Yeah, it's got to be 40 something years.
But it's like a really small label. Like, they just have, a handful of people.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's not
They're fucking
a big
legends.
thing. Yeah.
So cool.
No, it's definitely cool. It's really cool. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
we'll see.
I just there's just not a lot of labels that last
Right.
that long and that have so many primitive releases and
Yeah.
have, K records
Yeah.
in the States.
Similar thing, maybe. Yeah, it's
You know what I mean? There's not a
funny.
lot of those kind of like iconic indie record labels that have just
Yeah.
bustled through generations of music.
Yeah.
That's fucking really impressive. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really
inspiring.
unique phenomenon for sure.
Yeah.
Like, there's no Canadian label that's like
Yeah.
cool like that,
Yeah.
And then most US labels just are very like
Nichey.
businessy,
Mm.
like industry-ish. But like
Yeah.
Flying Nun, their whole thing, like, it's sort of like their national art
Yeah.
or something.
They're based in New Zealand, yeah.
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 Yeah, and the Courtneys are like, I mean, I don't know if this is true anymore because somebody just told me that they saw that Flying Nun signed another like North American band, but
Okay.
for a while we were their only like non-New Zealand
Really?
artist.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah,
That's fucking cool.
it's weird,
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah. So when the fuck are you going back to New Zealand?
Hopefully soon. I mean, yeah, I want to go like as soon as this album comes out, maybe like around this time next year or something. Yeah.
I heard it's supposed to be like a fucking wonderland out there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It actually reminds me a lot of like the island I grew up on
Oh,
in
really?
a weird way. Like, it's like really chill,
Huh.
very laid back, and everyone
sounds
is
cool.
really like quiet.
Is it? Have you been to Australia?
Yeah.
Is it similar? Some people tell me it's similar to the vibe is similar to Australia.
I think it's pretty different.
Pretty different.
Yeah, it feels
everyone
really
says-
different. Like, Australia is like, I think of Australia as being like a very like loud place. Like,
Okay.
Australians are like rowdy,
Yeah.
and
Let's
it's
get
very
down
like
and
in your
yeah.
face, and like they have all these crazy animals in Australia, and in New Zealand you don't have those for some reason. Like, they have like nothing in New Zealand that can kill you.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
know, just a lot of sheep. So they are very different places. And like,
Interesting.
I also noticed that New Zealand is like economically, like it feels poorer. Like everyone is driving like used Japanese cars,
Interesting.
which is sort of funny. So like our rental car, or like the car that our like tour manager had rented, was like all in Japanese, which was really confusing. And I was just like, that's so weird.
Yeah. That seems like such a foreign place to me.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's like one of those places I've never been even close to going around that area.
Yeah.
Seems
No,
like
it's they have a lot of like influence of like Southeast Asia and just Asia in general in both New Zealand and Australia. And it is pretty trippy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So why I always ask this to people on here, but why music? Like what gets you off? Like what about it keeps you just going at it? Because I feel like there's a lot of self-sacrifice that goes into just trying to make music and live life and do the things you love to do and write and put yourself in those. I don't know. For me, it's like a very vulnerable thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I don't really, I really feel like I just fell into it. Like I never intended to be a musician. Really never did. But I had a guitar forever and I just keep playing it. Like it's like what I do whenever I can't do anything else. Like if I'm like really sick or like anxious or just like distraught, like any situation, like that's like the only thing I can do.
Got it.
Is like play. So I just like spend a lot of time playing it. And I've never been great at the whole like connecting that to an audience thing. So I've been lucky to just like encounter people who kind of were able to make those connections for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know if those connections will continue, but I'm always going to like sit on my couch feeling like I'm dying playing guitar for the rest of my life.
Feeling like you're dying.
Yeah.
Of what, anxiety?
Not so much.
Existential
Occasionally.
crises?
Like sometimes even just like when I'm physically sick.
Yeah.
Or just anything. But yeah, anxiety, just stress.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. You know when you're like just so sick and then you move from your bed to like the couch. It's like then I just pick up the guitar.
There you go.
Soothing.
Yeah, it is. It's a good outlet.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking needs one. God.
Yeah.
Everybody needs one.
Yeah, my number 2 is drawing.
Nice.
But before that, it's like guitar.
Yeah.
It's the thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool.
I just got an acoustic guitar, which I'm excited about.
Oh, awesome.
Extra soothing.
Do you always strum on an electric before?
Yeah. I know.
You're going to love this shit then. Acoustic, it's like taking it to a whole nother level.
I know. I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, this is what I want to do, is sit on my couch and
That's awesome.
strum this thing. So, yeah.
And how did gum country become a thing? Like how'd that begin?
So that started in Vancouver, and that was like, because the Courtneys, I got really into the Courtneys when it was like doing its thing in Vancouver, and it was really, really fun. But it was like always going to be a really slow moving project, just based on like my bandmates and all of us, I guess. But I just kind of like wanted to do more than the Courtneys was doing. So I just like started writing songs, but they were at times when the Courtneys was not jamming new songs. So then I was like, well, I just want to like make these into songs. So try this thing. So it started out as just like a duo with me and my partner Connor. And then I don't know, we recorded that cassette that Lolipop put out, and I recorded that myself, which was really funny. I've never like...
It sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean, I just like thought I'd give it a try. I was like, maybe I'll get into this recording thing, but I didn't. But it was still kind of cool. But yeah, I'm like proud of it, but it's, it's not for everyone. It's very like shitty sounding.
It's great. It's lo-fi.
Yeah, it's like totally my thing, but
it's rad.
glad you think so. So, yeah, I mean, that was like going pretty well. People were into it. So when me and Connor moved together to LA, I mentioned before I kind of like wanted to like not really play music
Yeah.
at the beginning, but then after a while I was like, okay, I'm ready. I want to
Yeah.
like play music.
Yeah,
So then I asked my friend Haley, who plays an automatic, if she would want to play bass. So then we just started playing as a 3-piece
Cool.
around, but still keeping it really chill. It's definitely like everyone's side project
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
yeah, no, it's been really nice to just kind of like engage in that way here. And
Yeah.
also like the experience of just like being in a local band in a different city is
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
Like LA is just so weird.
Yeah. It is weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. I was born and raised here, so I'm like fucked in the head.
Yeah.
I go to other places and be like, what the hell's wrong with you, dude? I'm like, I don't know. It's wired. Like my wiring is fucked up.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know how to relax. Like, I don't know. It's, it's
okay.
like I'll go, I moved to Arizona for a while.
I remember that.
It's a really rural town, and like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just lost my shit.
Did
I,
you?
I was like, what's everyone doing? You're nothing?
Yeah.
How do you not? What the?
I'm really I'm truly just so grateful that LA exists. I think it's a really cool place.
It is a cool place.
Yeah, it's like a city that is based on art. And even though it's like really like very commercialized art, it's still really cool that you can be like I work in cartoons or I'm a musician, and people don't think that's just like some weird underground subculture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's actually like
That's kind of what the
city.
city's. Yeah, it's like what the city's known for. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, it's an entertainment city.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely. There's not a lot of those, I don't think. New York,
No.
maybe?
Yeah, New York's a lot of things for sure. Yeah.
Maybe Nashville or Austin,
Mhm.
Texas. I mean, there's a few spots, you know.
Yeah.
LA is just, and it's massive too. There's so much
Yeah.
shit going on. You can literally find something amazing to do every single night.
Yeah.
If you just,
Yeah, it's overwhelming though,
Yeah.
and it's so like oversaturated with
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Maybe not for you because you're not, for me, born and raised here, to take a lot of that for granted. Like, you don't realize it till you leave. We're like, wow, there's a lot of like cool, amazing shit happening all the time.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
Yeah. No, it's a cool place. I've always like loved LA and dreamed of being able to live here.
Oh, that's
there's
awesome.
nowhere like it in Canada. Like,
That's awesome.
at all. So
That's awesome. So is it did the dream live up to the hype?
it's like it's still a dream. Like I'm not gonna be able to stay here forever probably. Like my visa situation is really temporary. So I'm just like, for me it's almost like an extended vacation a little bit.
Interesting.
Like I think if I was staying here forever, I would probably have a really different approach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, no, it's chill. People here are really nice too.
Yeah, they're nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
they are.
They are.
Like
They are.
it's like a welcoming place
Yeah.
for some reason. Because a lot of places you go and people are not welcoming. They're like, "The fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, you're right.
You're not allowed in the door."
You're right.
Like so.
It is chill. It's really relaxed here, for sure. For being a like a huge
Yeah.
city, it's not. It's very like in your face, like it is in New York City, where it's just you're inundated with just people up your fucking ass all day.
Yeah.
Every time in New York, it's just like someone's loud, someone's. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
LA
just
doesn't
very
stress me out. New York stresses me out.
Yeah, same.
New York is just like
stressful.
extremely.
All those cities, Boston, New York, Chicago, those
Yeah.
big. They're like a whole different breed of.
Yeah.
Out here, it's just not. It's a lot more. There's more
know.
space too. I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is. It's more spread out. There's
Yeah.
not as much. People aren't living on top of each other as much.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
No, I don't know what it is either. It's hard to describe, but yeah, I feel very West Coast.
Hell yeah. No, that's cool. You're here. It's
Thanks.
been like 2 years now.
It's been like
3.
over 3.5.
Dang.
It's gone by fast, but like I've been away for a lot of it, touring a little
Got
bit.
it.
So
Got it.
yeah,
That's
but no,
cool.
I feel like rooted ish.
That's awesome. Yeah. Are you much of a beach person? Like, do you like the beach at all?
Yeah. I mean, I live farther from the beach now than I ever have in my life, like living in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
actually,
still
no.
isn't that far, really.
Yeah, but
I mean,
like,
it is with traffic and stuff, but
I mean, like the house that I lived in last, like my family moved a little bit when I was a kid, but the house that my mom still lives in is like on the water. And me and my brother used to like play soccer in the yard and kick the ball into the ocean. I have to
Oh,
go
wow.
get it. You know what I mean? And like in Vancouver, I lived just like really close to the water too. So
wow.
it's like
Do you miss
weird.
that? You gotta miss
Yeah,
that,
because
right?
like it was like a part of your everyday life to like go down to the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's different. Like I might as well be in like the middle of the country. I
Yeah.
never go to the beach, you know?
Yeah.
But
It's-
yeah.
That's like to me the number one perk of living here is the
Right.
beaches.
yeah.
I don't think LA would be as cool if there wasn't beaches.
I mean, it's comforting to know that they're there.
Yeah. There's a lot of them too. I mean, there's a shitload of
Yeah,
beaches.
yeah.
But
Well, I think I was telling you this like before, but it was my New Year's resolution last year, not this year, to start surfing.
yeah.
Because yeah, it's like all
should.
part of this thing where I'm like, I'm only going to be in LA for like who knows how long.
Yeah.
You know, what should I do while I'm here? It doesn't make sense to
Do
like
it.
get really into skiing right now. So surfing.
Yeah.
But I'm too scared. Like I've had so many chances to go and I've been telling everyone I want to learn to surf. And somebody will be like, we're going like this day. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, ah.
It's super anxiety provoking.
Yeah.
Surfing. It really is. But I don't know. If you go to the right spot, I think it's easier than you would think it is.
I'm going to do it. Yeah. I just kind
One of
of
those things you'll be
realized-
out there and be like, oh, this is chill.
Yeah, and something that Juju told me too was like he was like you can just come and just like chill and just hang out, and then if you feel like surfing, you can try for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then just like
There you go.
you're done, right? It's not like it doesn't need to be this like big commitment.
Exactly.
So
I mean, even just hanging out at the beach is
yeah.
nice enough. you
So
know?
that'll be my first step. Will
Yeah.
be just coming to hang out at the beach.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
cool because like you can surf all year here. You know, the water doesn't
Right.
get cold enough to where it's totally unbearable. I mean, you wear a wetsuit in the winter,
Right.
but it's totally fine.
Yeah. No, I'm down.
Yeah.
It seems amazing.
I could see you shredding. I could see you being such a good surfer too.
See, people always think that I surf. Like
I feel like
people
you have like that surfing energy.
We'll
like you would
see.
just fucking rip it up.
We'll see. I mean, I definitely love snowboarding. So I feel like there's probably some translatable
Yeah.
skill there.
Snowboarding's harder, I think.
I mean, I learned when I was so young that it didn't really seem hard. I feel like the problem is having waited this long.
Mhm.
Now it's so much harder to learn stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I know what you mean.
yeah.
You'll get it though.
Yeah.
And Juju shreds. He's like a legit surfer.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if he probably
makes it sound really
underplays.
fun.
he probably underplays himself, but he is really good.
That doesn't surprise
Yeah,
me.
he's
Yeah.
a really good surfer.
I mean, he grew up right there.
yeah.
And he said his whole family surfs and they have like
Yeah.
all the stuff, come borrow it or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. He rips. Jeff Freeberg too. He's really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a part of you guys' crew soon.
What else? What do you like doing besides? Is that your thing, drawing and music? And is there anything else you just like to do, or some weird
Tennis.
shit you're into? Tennis.
Yeah. I feel like that's like what people know me for now.
Really?
It's like my obsession.
Tennis. Okay.
Yeah, my tennis is probably like your surfing.
Got it.
Like I just discovered it recently. Like basically when I moved here, the first apartment I lived in was like right by these really nice tennis courts, and I like walked by them going to work, and then I just started taking classes, and like now it's the only thing I care about.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you do the one on? Because you can do 2-on-2, right? And 1-on-1.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do
I
you
do
prefer?
it all. Yeah. I like
Dang.
doubles, singles, whatever.
That's badass.
Even like you can play with 3 people. That's chill.
How do you do? So just 2 on one side and 1 on the
Yeah.
other.
It's like not as good of a game, but you just kind of rotate, and then you
Got
get
it.
a little bit of time where you're like really working your butt off.
That's a good workout too.
Yeah.
Some serious fucking cardio.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah. Is it an outdoor place or?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Cool.
can't play indoor here.
Really? I didn't know that.
I don't think you can. Like,
Huh.
I mean, there's probably some like private clubs that have some
Yeah,
indoor
yeah.
courts, but yeah, that's
I
definitely a
guess you
thing in
wouldn't need.
Canada.
I guess you wouldn't need it indoors here 'cause it doesn't really rain
I mean, it
ever.
rains sometimes. That's like
Yeah.
what happened. Like, every so often it'll rain. Because, like, even if you get like a little bit of rain on the court, you can't play.
Really?
It's like, yeah, very.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense then. I mean,
'Cause
the
it's
ball would get
slippery.
fucked up, and then you'd slip and
It
fall.
wrecks the balls, but more importantly, like, you can really injure yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, I don't know. People just don't play when it rains.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Was it was raining, and I was like, I still want to play tennis. So I was like trying to find an indoor court. I couldn't.
Dang.
Yeah.
How often do you play?
Like between twice a week and every day.
Wow.
So like a lot.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But you have to play with someone else, right?
I know. Yeah.
You
so
can't
it's-
just go by yourself and play tennis.
it's-
So how do you do that?
Yeah, getting into tennis is almost like starting a local band or something. Like you have to like find people to play with that are
Okay.
like your level and schedule all these things and find like locations for them. So it can be really hard at first. Like there's
Got
a
it.
lot of like planning.
There should
But
just be
then-
a Tinder for tennis players
Okay.
called like Tender.
There is.
There
There actually
is?
like there totally is like an app like that. But it's like yeah. It could use some improvement. But yeah, it's really similar. It's very much
That's
like
cool.
dating. But yeah, just tennis dates all the time. But then once you like have, your people, then you just, do it every week or whatever.
Man, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's good. So I have like a bunch of musicians that I play with just like casually, and then I also play on a few tennis teams, which
Wow.
are kind of like really nerdy, but it's really fun because you like
It's awesome.
yeah.
That's a really good thing to get into, I feel like.
Yeah, it's great here. It's amazing. It's like the perfect thing to do in LA. So
And it's a sport you can never perfect either, right? Like I
Oh,
don't think
yeah.
you can't perfect tennis.
oh god, it's
you know.
so hard. I think of it as like the violin of sports.
Yeah.
Like it's just insane how hard it is. Like people always think that I'm probably good. I'm like no. Like I'm not good. I just like I play a lot, but I just started recently. Like
Yeah.
you have to it's another thing. Like you got to start when you're a little kid if you want to like really
Yeah.
have the organic kind of
Muscle memory
movements and stuff,
just-
you know?
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
always
golf,
going to look
too.
really awkward playing tennis.
I think tennis and golf are to me they seem like the most intriguing sports.
yeah.
Like
golf
you
is
can
fun.
never perfect, and it's just always you have to like really be on it. Like it's more of a
Yeah.
mental. It's just as much mental as it is physical.
Oh my God.
you know?
It's so mental.
It's like anticipate where the ball's going, and
Yeah.
anticipate if you hit it there, then they're gonna hit it this way.
Yeah.
It's trippy.
It's like unbelievable how mental it is.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like mental sports like that. Golf, tennis, maybe pool, maybe.
Yeah.
I
I mean, the advantage of tennis, in my opinion, is that it's good exercise too.
Yeah, it's physical.
Because that's like really good for you emotionally, like
Oh, yeah.
getting exercise. So that's part of what makes it so fun.
Yeah,
And just like chasing after a ball,
yeah.
I'm just like so into it.
Dude, there's got to be a great feeling of just that ball hitting the racket and just hitting it right in the perfect spot.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite feeling though in tennis is sort of funny. I like just get so stoked when someone hits me something really difficult, and I
And you
have to
land
like run so hard to get it. And it doesn't really matter if I get it or not. I just like start laughing. Like I'm just like, that is so funny how
Yeah.
like I booked it like so crazy to get
Yeah.
that ball. Like it's just so funny. Like
Yeah,
I'm just this animal
Yeah.
on earth like running after balls.
yeah.
And it's like making me so happy.
I love it. No, it's
So,
great.
Yeah.
That's great. It's what is that? Endorphin booster.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like really like taken over my life though.
Oh, that's good.
But
It's better than like heroin or something.
yeah, I
You know?
definitely think of it as like a drug, but it is better than that.
Yeah. No, exercise is so good. It is a drug.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way you feel probably leaving a tennis match or whatever is
Mm-hmm.
you're probably high on something.
Yeah. And even just like booking the tennis date
Yeah.
gets you a little high. Like everything about it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really into that. I'm also into gardening.
Nice.
So those things together, like I play tennis and then I go home and like move pots around.
Yeah.
And so that
Do you have
exercise I
anything
get.
that you eat?
No. Yeah, no. I'm more just into like
Plants.
flowers
Yeah.
and just like stuff that smells nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. This year I'm trying to build like I mean, it's super cool moving here from Canada for the gardening. Like,
I can
because
see
you can
that.
grow all kinds of crazy stuff and
Yeah.
you can have it all year outside. Like,
Yeah.
it's very cool. So I just get excited when I go to Home Depot and I always buy way too many things. And I'm just like, I don't really know what this is, but
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah. That's
But
cool.
yeah, I guess like I mean, there's so many pests and stuff, and I use like some pesticides that are like natural and supposed
Yeah.
to be fine for like your pets and
Yeah.
human
You can like drink it
and
you'd be
stuff like
fine,
that.
right?
But it still makes me nervous to like grow something I'm gonna eat,
Yeah.
even though it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'm
probably
the
gonna be
same way.
better than like God knows what is being used on the stuff I buy. But yeah, no. For now, it's just like plants to look
that's
at
cool.
and just be in.
Supposedly, tomatoes are like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like California is meant for growing tomatoes.
Really?
Supposedly, says my
Maybe-
mom.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I think I've heard that you can grow them like multiple times. Like you can like
Yeah.
have them in the spring, summer,
Mhm.
and then like deep into the fall.
Yeah,
So
like all year supposedly you
yeah.
can grow tomatoes here.
maybe I should
Yeah,
consider it.
yeah. I don't know. Supposedly, I mean, people will grow it and they'll have too many, like way too many tomatoes,
Right.
and it turns into a problem. And they're like giving them out to people for free. Like, please take them off my fucking hands.
Honestly, that's another reason I don't want to do the vegetables. It is a little bit stressful. Like the idea of like
Yeah.
I don't even really like buying groceries because then it's just like thinking about what's in the fridge and like how to use it all
Yeah.
efficiently,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like,
So I just gotta buy what you.
yeah.
Are you like an
In the
autopilot? Are
moment.
you an autopilot type of person? Like, eat the same thing every day at the same time?
I'm not
or
a
are you
foodie.
more?
Yeah.
Are you more just like, whenever I'm hungry, I'll eat?
Yeah. I eat out a lot just out of convenience.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a big foodie, so
Got it.
I'm not like that into like I definitely don't need any more hobbies. So like the idea of like getting into cooking is
Yeah.
no.
Got it. Got it.
I'll definitely go home and just like have crackers for dinner.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Some people, I've noticed like just from living with different people, that some people are very fucking like, I eat at this time and I eat this every day. Then I
Yeah.
eat that and then I eat this. And some people just fucking eat whenever.
Oh
Like
yeah.
my girlfriend will go like I have to eat pretty often. Like I like food and I like eating, but my
Yeah.
girlfriend will go all day without eating and realize at 8 o'clock at night, like I didn't eat anything today.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, whoa, fuck. I would have like killed somebody if I didn't, eat
Yeah.
till 8 o'clock p.m. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I get that too. Like it's a bit of an inconvenience sometimes. Like it's just like, oh man, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I just want to keep
Gotta feed
gardening.
the beast. Yeah. Gotta feed the beast. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like I have respect for people who are into what they eat because it's a lot better for you. Like,
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who
I eat a
knows?
lot of granola bars, Cliff bars from the office.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So is your family still up in Canada?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are they
kind
like
of-
stoked that you're down here? Are they like, come back?
No, they think it's cool. They like most of my family and friends are stoked that now they know someone here, so they can come visit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm lucky. Like my family they think, LA is cool, and they're into it because like there are like Canadians who are just like America. I'm
Yeah.
never going there.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really grouchy about America. It's sort of funny, but yeah, I have a lot of visitors.
That's cool. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but it's kind of a bummer that it is really like the immigration is so difficult with America. So like a lot of my friends would definitely love to like move to LA, but they just can't.
It's just a
So
nightmare
yeah.
to deal with that.
you just can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you like figure out some way.
Or
Which is
just
You have to marry someone.
That's what I was gonna say. Marry someone or get pregnant with someone's kid.
Yeah.
Just do it the
I know.
old-fashioned way.
Totally. I mean, it's really the only way, and it's even those ways are so expensive.
Yeah.
Like really expensive too. So it's complicated, but yeah, it is a little bit. It would be cool if like all my friends could have come with me, you know.
Yeah.
But
maybe it'll be easier soon enough.
someday. Yeah.
It should be easy.
That would be cool. It's hard to even imagine, but yeah.
Yeah.
Progress
I feel like
it's made.
I don't know too well, but I'm imagining the States is probably the hardest country to get citizenship in, right?
I
like,
mean,
above any other country, I imagine it's just a nightmare to try and
who knows,
become a citizen.
But yeah, no, like of anywhere I've heard of.
Yeah.
And even just like not even, I have no ambition of becoming a citizen. Like it doesn't even seem any like attainable at all. But
That's
just
crazy.
like being able to like as a musician just like come in and play a show, like the process of getting a visa is just crazy.
Yeah.
I wish they could simplify that. But yeah,
Jeez
the dream
Louise.
would be like a green card. That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's no lottery. I don't know if you've heard of the green card lottery.
No.
It's weird. Like America is so funny. It's like there's all these rules, but then we're gonna have a lottery and anyone can enter. And if you win, you can have a green card.
What the fuck?
I know. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
So like, if you know any Australians or folks from New Zealand or the UK that live here, ask them because it's pretty likely they won the lottery. Like most of those foreigners that I've met in LA, they won the lottery, but it's not, you're not eligible if you're Canadian, which is a bummer. I think Canadians and Mexicans are the only ones.
What the fuck?
Because there's like too many of us, I guess.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's a bummer. Like it's really, really hard.
That's so weird. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. You can just like.
That seems really funky to me.
And people from all over the world enter it and win. So.
Wow, I wonder how many they grant, like how many they go through with.
Yeah, there's probably like some
That's
podcasts
crazy.
out there about it.
Wow. Yeah, that's really interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Green card lottery. I mean, that's pretty cool.
You can also just buy a green card if you have $500,000. Like it actually just has a price tag.
Oof.
$500,000. You can just buy one. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Jesus.
So I'm hoping that I can just be here for long enough because I think that if you pay taxes in America for like 7 or 8 years or something, then you can apply. So
got it.
I'll just
Yeah.
see how it goes.
Please. Fucking A.
But you know, if I have to go back to Canada, it's fine too. It's like some really nice things about it there too. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if some like government official just knocked on your door and was like, "Hey, do you want to be a citizen? I have a green card right here. Would you take it?"
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to give anything up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
would
know
be
if, like,
amazing.
or if you're still on the fence, like I don't know about this whole America thing.
No, it's chill. Like I feel I might get a tattoo. I was thinking of getting a Canadian flag tattoo.
Oh, cool.
It's like a really stupid tattoo, but now I actually want one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like really connected to my identity. It doesn't like
Yeah.
all that stuff when people are like, don't like let it change you. I don't know. Yeah.
I think too though you have some like experience. I think a lot of, you know what I mean? Like I hear that more like when I was 18 years old,
right,
moving to LA. And
yeah,
like,
no, totally. I know. I
fuck
moved
you,
here.
mom and dad.
I know. I was
fucking
30.
live in my van.
So, yeah.
You know, it's that where it's like, don't let it destroy your little precious creative brain. But I think you know, I don't think it would fuck you up too bad coming here when you kind of have traveled and done shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like I'm always gonna be like a traveler that's just like living all over. So
yeah. Where else in the States interests you? Or is there anywhere else in the States?
Nowhere really.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested. I would like to live outside of North America. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really feel after LA, I'm not really sure what will be next, but I don't really want to go back to somewhere I've already been yet. I think it would be cool to maybe try like down under, like, just somewhere, you know, Asia would be cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
That'd be
something
fucking crazy.
different. Yeah, I'm into it. Like
You could deal
yeah.
with the language barrier thing though. That's what trips me up when I think
Yeah,
about
that'd
moving
be-
to a different
that'd be
country.
tough.
I don't know if I could do
I'm
it.
really bad at languages.
Me
Really
too.
bad.
And
And
especially
it's too late now.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I was gonna say, like, you get older and you're just like, I don't fucking know how to. Like, I would for me to be fluent in a language would take like a decade of work every day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it would be
that'd
really
just be
hard.
insane.
I know. My bandmate Sydney in the Courtneys, she moved to France, and
Oh, wow.
it's still like very difficult for her because like
Yeah.
also as a foreigner, like you have to deal with all this extra paperwork, like all this stuff with figuring out how to do everything in America is like complicated enough. I can't even imagine like adding in a language thing.
Whew, yeah.
Yeah, so
Holy
it would be
shit.
tough. So maybe like Australia would be cool.
There you
'cause
go.
They speak English still.
Oh yeah. France would be like the toughest. I feel like
Yeah,
Germany and
it
France.
would be
like, whew.
terrible. I know because
Be so
the
hard.
French they hate speaking English. They really do.
Well, it's trippy is that they know how, right? They just
Yeah.
don't want to.
I lived
Yeah.
in Quebec for a while, and
Oh,
that was
really?
hard.
Yeah, that place tripped me out when I went there the first time.
Okay.
I really felt like I was in a totally different country. I mean, Canada and the States, you feel like you're in different countries, but there's a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
But Montreal is like you're in a different country.
Yeah. There's
for
nowhere
sure.
like it.
Yeah.
They are like on their own for sure.
Yeah.
There's like it's like I found it a really unfriendly place.
Oh,
Like,
really?
It was very like angry. I mean, it was really fun, and I had really cool friends there, and like had a good time. It
Yeah.
was like the right time of my life to be there in my early 20s. But yeah, there's a lot of like just politics with the French culture and everything, and yeah, I was working on a production, and it was a French production, like from France.
Okay.
So in our office, we had people like French Canadians, English Canadians, which was me. I was the only one who didn't speak French. There were
Oh, got it.
Acadians who are like from this weird place in Canada that's like actually fully bilingual. So they speak
Oh, okay.
English and French interchangeably, and they sound the same. It's very, very weird.
Huh.
There's
Okay.
nothing quite like it. And then there were people from France, so it was just like this crazy mix.
Yeah.
And I really got a sense of like everyone's politics.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, the French Canadians, it's hard. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's hard for them. So
It's a cool. Yeah, that city's fucking crazy to me.
it's so fun.
It
and
is fun.
And
It's one of
they
the
like,
coolest cities in
yeah,
the world.
the French Canadians, they protest everything, and so they've protested like tuition and just kept the city cheap, basically. So
Yeah.
it's still like affordable. You can go there, like, and so of course they have like an amazing community of artists, because
Yeah.
artists go there and they can actually like live, and
Yeah.
and then of course like I think in France they really like kind of appreciate art in a different way too. So it's a good place.
Yeah. I always had a weird fantasy of living there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I always
I mean,
liked it there.
it's cold,
Yeah.
and like
But the water, there's like water throughout the city. What is that? That big river?
Yeah, there's like a river. I can't remember what
I
it's
feel
called.
like I used to see like driving into it, and there's like this big bridge with all this big body of water.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love the culture. There's this really cool venue there. I forget what it was called. I feel like I've been there so many times. Like it's underground. El Keg?
I don't know that one. Was it a DIY space?
No, it's like a bar
Okay.
that had really dim red lighting.
Ooh.
And but I think all the places there
There's
you kind of
so
go
many bars.
underground. I think it was called El Keg or Le Keg or Le
Okay.
Keg or something.
Hmm.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
remember just
but
liking that spot
I'm
a
sure
lot.
it was.
Had like candles. That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Like red candles everywhere, and then all the lights were red. It was just dim red.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like sexy feeling. in there.
Totally. That's cool. Yeah, it's the coolest place. It really
It is cool. And there's
Yeah.
like parks,
Yeah.
shitloads of parks in the middle of the city with like playgrounds, and it's a trippy place.
Yeah, it's a Canadian thing. Parks everywhere.
Yeah.
I miss that.
Yeah, there's parks everywhere.
Yeah, it's nice to just like be able to walk 2 blocks and there's like a little patch of grass. You can just
Yeah.
like sit down and eat a
Yeah.
snack.
Yeah, it's very fragmented here with parks.
Yeah, I know. There's like not very many, but they're huge.
But when they are one, when there is one, it's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Totally.
It's very fucking American, I guess. Everything's big. But thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I always ask, like, what are you listening to right now? If I turned your car on, if I was going to borrow your car and go get like a burrito right now, what would be playing in your car?
Literally in the car right now.
Just like, what are you listening to right now, basically?
Well, I've been listening through the Mo Dottie tape a lot, which came out a few years ago, I think. But I just like got turned on to it, so I'm into it.
Yeah.
And the Berries.
Cool.
Who I mentioned. Yeah, you gotta check out
the berries, like the food berry, like BERRIES.
Yeah, like the fruit. Yeah, it's a project by Matt Berry, who also plays in like Big Bite, and he was in Happy Diving. Seattle guy.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Great name too, Mike Berry.
Matt Berry.
Oh, Matt Berry.
Yeah,
Still,
and the Berries.
Yeah, that's a great name.
Yeah.
The Berries, Mo Dottie.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta listen to the Berries. Actually, see if I can find them.
Yeah, check it out. It's not for everyone. It's very twangy.
The Berries. Berryland?
Yep, that's what's up.
That's the one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, but it's a good one. It definitely gets a little shoegazy at times, which could be your entry point.
Let's see. This is the first song on Berryland. Dude, the names are too good. The Berries, Berryland.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think it's like Matt's sort of like semi-jokey country band, but it's actually just like so good.
Yeah.
You know?
There's always the best bands when it's kind of like a lighthearted. Like,
yeah.
Let's just make a record for fun.
Yeah.
It always turns out the best.
Totally.
Yeah, this is chill. Very chill. I like it. So they have 2 records, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh shit, this just came out?
Yeah, I think this one came out like a few months ago.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a prolific dude. One of those people that's just like in a million bands, always putting out stuff.
Got it.
Okay. Respect.
No, this is dope.
I wore out the tape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it like doesn't work anymore. I still listen to it anyways. It's so fucked up.
I love the way tapes sound when they're almost about to be worn out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's
There's
just
a sweet spot.
There's a sweet spot for sure.
Yeah, totally.
It's like a worn in like baseball mitt or something. You know?
Oh yeah, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Totally.
It sounds so good. I don't know what that is.
I hate though when it just like plays one song, then flips the other side and plays one song, and then you're like missing a lot of the tape. That's what's going on with my Berries tape right now. So
Yeah, you need a new one.
Yeah.
And this is the only Mo Dottie song on Spotify I could find.
Yeah, I think they like, I don't know what they're up to, but they've been playing a lot of shows, but the tape I bought was like a pretty old tape, so.
Yeah, that's
they're doing something
different
new.
than this.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is fairly new.
Okay, cool.
It's not giving me a date. Oh yeah, from last year.
Right on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much for having
Anytime you
me.
want to hang out or do anything here,
Okay, I'll come
we're
back.
doing. If you ever want to just like tag up a wall and
I would love
do
to.
some weird shit.
Yeah, so down.
Cool. Well, thanks so much.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Yeah. I'm gonna blast this shit now.